morning everyone. First of all, let me welcome you all to today's session. Today I am addressing a session on building a winning team, how students and parents should work together to achieve desired success. So I am really happy to address you today. Today we have in the audience all the students and parents of teenagers, mainly from classes 8 to 12. So basically this is a very crucial time in the life and the career of a student, and their parental support is very much required. So I'm sure this session will be beneficial to you. Before I start the session, I want to draw your notice to this picture. If you see at this picture is from a film called King Richard. Now here we see Will Smith with the character of Richard Williams with his two daughters Venus and Serena Williams. You all know, great tennis players, and both of them were really successful in their careers. And there is a big role that their father played in totally grooming them up. And this is a film on them. So how parental support and working together as a team becomes a very important factor in the success of a student. This is the whole theme of today's presentation. So to start with, the first point I want to discuss today is vision. So what is vision? As defined by Dr. Sumantra Ghoshal, vision is the burning desire to achieve the unachievable. So every student should have a vision to do well in life. So they want to do good in their careers, they also want to be successful in their personal lives. So what is the power of vision? This has to be very clear. Now students, if you are studying in class 8 or 9, or if you are in class 11 or 12, some of you want to become a doctor, some of you want to become an engineer, some of you want to become a scientist, maybe a sports person, maybe a media person, you can become a teacher or an army man. So you have so many directions of your life and career. So for that, you should always have a purpose. You cannot just casually think. You have to really focus and think, concentrate, and parents, you should guide your words for this. For example, if you want to become an army man, so you see good movies on army, you look at the defense forces, you watch pictures, you make an idol, you can put the picture in your front of your study table. If you want to become a great doctor, you can put the picture of a top college like AIMS in front of you. If you want to become an engineer, you can put the picture of IIT or MIT. So this kind of things actually help. So define the purpose. And parents, my message to you will be, discuss with your children, inspire them. Tell them stories of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, Dr. Devi Shetty. You talk of any stalwart from any field, maybe Sachin Tendulkar, maybe Roger Federer. So you tell them about great experts, great champions of different fields of life, and your students get inspired. And that is the power of vision. You don't put pressure on them, they follow their normal syllabi, they go through school, they go through their textbooks, they prepare for their upcoming school exams or board exams, or for class 11, 12, the entrance exams. But apart from that, they also make a focus of life that what I want to do. I might join the defense forces and then become a army doctor. I might, maybe I will become an engineer, but I'm also liking to sing. So parallelly, I might try to form my own band. It doesn't matter. Today the whole world is opening up. So you should have your commitment. If you look at the quotation at the bottom, the journey to success may start with a great idea, but what follows is a very time-tested process. So basically, success is not an accident. Yes, luck matters, fortune matters, fate matters, but if you put your own effort, you should always research, and guardians, parents, you all have done a lot in life, you have supported your wards, you are all successful in your own lives, maybe job or business or any other career. You should bring that data to them. You should take them for exhibitions, take them to events where they learn more. Because nowadays we are hearing that think out of the box. Don't limit yourself to a particular structured syllabus, just to a particular, what I say, a very, very brick and mortar study, that there is a syllabus and there is an exam, and we are all becoming very exam and result driven. Results are important. Results are important, getting marks and grades and becoming toppers are important, but what we require is holistic learning. So this will be a message to all of you. And teenagers, this age is a very, very crucial age. They are in a very transition phase. Physically and mentally, the students are growing very fast. So at this point of time, they sometimes feel a bit insecure. They feel a bit vulnerable. So at that point of time, you must give them time. I know all of you are busy. How much you are ready to sacrifice. Like children, if you are sacrificing a bit of your hobbies, especially the unproductive hobbies like social media or any other thing, have productive hobbies like maybe you are playing a sport or playing some music. You balance your curricular studies with the co-curricular, extracurricular. Somebody goes for quizzing, debating, science exhibitions. You have to balance it, but you sacrifice those, entertainments of life which are not productive, because these are the developmental years. Similarly, parents, you might also have to sacrifice. You might have to sacrifice a few of your vacations, few of your parties, social gatherings. Of course, you need those things in life, but in these few years, the teenagers, the developmental stage, you have to give time for the future good life of your students. So you need a structured plan. So I was going back to that story of King Richard, Richard Williams. They had a 78-page plan, he and his wife, before the girls were born. Both the parents of Venus and Serena Williams, they were tennis players, but they could not go beyond a certain level. They are black Americans, and in America there is certain amount of racism. I'm talking of a time before, and they struggled a lot. They could not get the whole opportunity. So what they made, they said that when our kids are born, we will make a structured plan for them from beginning, and they will be successful, and the success story came up. So to come to this topic of parenting teenagers, it's a very, very important and crucial topic. So let's define the role of parenting, and especially teenagers. I was coming back to the previous point, the physical and mental changes of a young adult. The teenager is slowly becoming a young adult. Now, as I said, in medical language, it's called puberty time. The children become adults, and this transition phase, they are neither small kids, you don't always tolerate their very, very foolish childishness, neither you take them very seriously, that they are grown up adults. So they are in a very, very transition phase. So it's very natural that they become very, very, insecure. मैं थोड़ा हिंदी में बोल रहा हूँ, वो लोग बहुत चिड़चिड़े हो जाते हैं, कभी-कभी आपसे आर्ग्यू करने लगते हैं, कुछ भी आप बोलिए तो वो सुनते नहीं हैं. So this kind of problems you face. So this is the time you should be really supporting them, really understand their problem, know that why they are vulnerable. বাংলায় বলছি এদেরকে কিন্তু অনেকটা আপনাদের যে সাহচর্য, আপনাদের সময় সেটা দরকার. একটা পয়েন্ট আমি আগে বলছিলাম যে হতেই পারে আপনারা খুব বিজি আপনাদের পার্সোনাল লাইফে, আপনাদের প্রফেশনে, অনেক সময় স্টুডেন্টরা হস্টেলে থাকে, আপনারা দূরে আছেন, আপনারা ট্রান্সফারেবল জব. প্লিজ মেক আ ফোন কল, টক টু দেম, বি অ্যাওয়ার অফ হোয়াট দে আর ডুইং, আস্ক দেম what is happening in their lives. Are they getting into any problem? Are they comfortable in their hostel, in their school, in their other local surroundings? And they should be taking you as a confidant. ওরা কিন্তু আপনাদের সাথে শেয়ার করবে. पेरेंट्स, आप लोग को ये बोलना चाहता हूँ, वो आपसे डरना नहीं चाहिए. कोई रिजल्ट अगर खराब हुआ तो बच्चा आके क्यों छुपाएगा? वो डरता है. अगर वो फ्रैंकली बोलेंगे कि मैं पढ़ा नहीं था या मैं थोड़ा नॉन सीरियस था, आप डांटिए या थोड़ा समझाइए, बट ऐसा नहीं कि पुलिसिंग कीजिए. When I'm saying that you talk to them, understand what is happening, don't just probe them and make them insecure, then they will hide. So easily, like we said in a joking note, the friends know more about the children than the parents. That's not the right idea. So you need full-time involvement. And when I say full-time involvement, I appreciate that you might be very busy, but then also you have to make some time. Even one phone call during dinner, or sitting, have the dinner together. Because whole day everyone is busy. Child is in school, you are in office, so you are all together as a family. That team part is very important. So when we have to build a winning team, the topic I started with today, building a winning team, this becomes very, very important. So guide them, but also empower them to decide. मैं एक छोटा सा एग्जांपल लेता हूँ. क्लास 11 में उठ के वो साइंस लेंगे कि आर्ट्स लेंगे कि कॉमर्स लेंगे, या मेडिकल में जाएंगे कि इंजीनियरिंग में जाएंगे, या इवन उसके पहले क्लास 9-10 में एडिशनल पेपर क्या लेंगे. हमेशा उनको जबरदस्ती मत कीजिए. डोंट फोर्स देम. मामा ने कहा, चाचा ने कहा, ওনারা এটা করছে, তোমাকেও করতে হবে, এটা করলে বেশি মার্কস আসবে, বা এটা করলে টাইম কম নষ্ট হবে. All this is good, but they should not just be spoon-fed. As they are young adults, they are growing up, you should actually make the children be part of the decision. Discuss कीजिए, talk to them, find out what is the right solution together, so let them decide. So when I say transaction to relationship, I want to explain this point. What is a transaction? We give and take. हम लोग कुछ खरीदते हैं, उसके लिए पैसा देते हैं, या कोई भी चीज, there is a give and take. But transaction में एक इशू होता है. जैसे मान लीजिए मैं थोड़ा एग्जांपल लेता हूँ. I have spent so much money, so you should give good marks. I have put so many tuitions, coaching, school, books, uniforms. तो तुम्हारे ऊपर इतना खर्चा हो तुम्हारे को तो भालो रिजल्ट करते ही होगे. The moment you create a transaction, there is an undue pressure on the child. So this is what you should completely avoid. This is a psychological issue. The student should study and think and focus and have a vision, thinking of a good life for all of you. Not that पेरेंट ने मेरे ऊपर इतना खर्चा किया तो मुझे रिजल्ट लेके पेरेंट को खुश करना है, नहीं तो डांट पड़ेगी. तो ये ट्रांजैक्शन नहीं होना चाहिए, रिलेशनशिप होना चाहिए कि पेरेंट्स ने बहुत एफर्ट दे रहा है, मैं भी एफर्ट दे रहा हूँ और हमारा जॉइंट एफर्ट से मेरा रिजल्ट अच्छा हो रहा है, मेरा फ्यूचर सिक्योर हो रहा है. So this is my point on transactions to relationships. I hope you understood. At the end we can take some questions. ये जो लास्ट पॉइंट है बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. Unrelated external influences. रिजल्ट अच्छा हुआ कि खराब हुआ, इज इट गुड और बैड, it is your family's own purpose. The teacher who is involved, the principal, the management, that is more important, not the neighbors, not the relatives. तुम्हें उससे बेटर लाना है या वो पूछेंगे तो हम क्या कहेंगे, मामा या चाचा फोन करके पूछेंगे कि रिजल्ट कैसा हुआ तो मेरा तो शर्म से सर झुक जाएगा. नो, these are additional influences, unrelated external influences which makes no benefit to the career and actually harms. एग्जाम होने के बाद भी कैसा एग्जाम हुआ, हाँ ठीक है अच्छा हुआ, रिजल्ट कैसा हुआ, हाँ ठीक है अच्छा हुआ. Don't always, yeah, if you have a good result you should always share. If you have a poor result also, internally discuss, but don't get into any kind of anger, because these are very very soft minds, and as I say, teenagers have a very developmental mind. So this is something I want to tell you. Undue influence की एग्जाम के एक दिन पहले उसने बोल रहा था कि वो बुक पढ़ा, पर उन्हीं बोलছিলেন যে ওই চ্যাপ্টার থেকে কোশ্চেন আসবে. So this disturbs the structured plan. So you should never do that. So to end with, I will say the leadership beacon. You know what's a beacon? Like a lighthouse. You can see the picture. दूर से वो रोशनी दिखाता है. Ships को वो they show the direction to the ships. So as a parent, through your lifestyle, through your own personality, you can become the beacon for your child. अगर आप चाहते हैं कि आपका चाइल्ड ज़्यादा टीवी मत देखे, ज़्यादा कोई नेगेटिव हैबिट लाइक सोशल मीडिया या वीडियो गेम्स ना करे, तो आपको भी ऐसे कुछ चीज़ें लाइक अगर आप चाहते हैं कि आपके बच्चे बहुत बुक्स पढ़े तो आपको भी बुक्स पढ़ना होगा. तो यू हैव ऑलवेज हैव अ टीम फीलिंग, सो दे एक्चुअली मोर एम्यूलेट यू देन लिसन टू व्हाट यू से. আপনি কিছু একটা বলছেন ও শুনছে, কিন্তু আপনি কি করছেন ও দেখছে, এটা কিন্তু একটা ইম্পর্টেন্ট ফ্যাক্টর. সো what I want to discuss now is the relationship we are talking of. In previous topic I told you that move from transactions to relationships. এই যে দেনা পাওনা সম্পর্ক না হয়ে এটা যেন একটা প্রপার সম্পর্ক হয়, সেখানে কিন্তু একটা চেঞ্জ আসছে. আমরা বলছি প্যারাডাইম শিফট. মানে আজকে যখন স্টুডেন্টরা ছোট ছিল, ধরুন ক্লাস 4-5 অবধি পর্যন্ত, ওরা কিন্তু প্রচন্ড ডিপেন্ডেন্ট ছিল. তো আপনারাই সব ডিসিশন নিতেন, ইউ পিপল আর ডিসাইডিং ফর দেম, দে আর কমপ্লিটলি আন্ডার ইউর কন্ট্রোল. কিন্তু যখন আমরা জানলাম যে স্টুডেন্টরা অ্যাকচুয়ালি এখন যে ম্যাচিওর করছে, দে আর বিকামিং ইয়াং অ্যাডাল্টস, দের ইজ আ ট্রানজিশন, ওদের শারীরিক মানসিকভাবে অনেক পরিবর্তন আসছে. তো এইখানে কিন্তু আপনাদের যে পেরেন্টের সঙ্গে চাইল্ডের সম্পর্কটা, দ্যাট ইজ গোয়িং থ্রু আ প্যারাডাইম শিফট. सो इफ यू लुक एट दिस स्लाइड, फ्रेंड फिलोसोफर गाइड, आप लोगों को अपने बच्चों का दोस्त बनना पड़ेगा. You have to become their philosopher, so you will give them a lot of knowledge from your experience, from your life's achievements. Become their guide, hand holding करना पड़ेगा. You have to become their mentor. Mentor कौन है आप लोगों को मालूम है? Mentor वो नहीं है जो वही काम करके देता है. जैसे for a student there is a teacher who is doing the technical part. Teacher is also mentoring, but I leave that aside. मैं बहुत कॉमन एग्जांपल लेना चाहता हूँ. আমরা মহাভারতের কথা বলি, অর্জুন যুদ্ধ করতে জানতো, কৃষ্ণ ওকে যুদ্ধ শেখায়নি, কিন্তু যখন তার কনফিডেন্স চলে যাচ্ছিল, when he was losing his confidence, he was losing his attitude, he will be a failure, Krishna guided him, and that became Bhagavad Gita. So mentor is someone who takes care of the mental well-being and what you call counsels them, makes sure that the attitude is correct, the focus is there. So parent have to be a mentor. I have already discussed the point of role model. You cannot just preach, you have to practice also. आप लोग क्या बोल रहे हैं उसका कोई मतलब नहीं रहेगा, आप लोग खुद नहीं फॉलो कर रहे हैं. If you want your child not to waste too much time with watching TV or playing video games or chatting with friends, then you should also reduce this, especially in these few years. You have to sacrifice a bit. और लास्ट में जो रेड कलर में मैंने मार्क किया, जो मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट, यू हैव टू बी अ लीडर. और ये टॉपिक आज का वही है, द बिल्डिंग अ टीम, अ वेरी वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग विनिंग टीम, हाउ लीडरशिप कैन कम इन. सो लीडर कौन है? जो दिशा दिखाता है, नेता, जो आगे चलता है. सो पेरेंट के लिए चाइल्ड फॉलोअर है, चाइल्ड फॉलोज द पेरेंट, सो यू शुड बी अ गुड लीडर. स्टूडेंट्स के लिए मैं कुछ बोलना चाहता हूँ. फॉर द चिल्ड्रन, ट्रस्ट योर पेरेंट्स. आपके भला पेरेंट्स से ज्यादा कोई नहीं चाहता. You must have seen this picture from the very famous movie 3 Idiots. So you see in the end, The boy actually opens up to father. He was very scared. He was not able to share his inner feelings. He did not want to become an engineer. He wanted to become a wildlife photographer. But finally, when he opens up, after a lot of courage, father also understands and supports him. Parents के लिए भी एक बहुत बड़ा learning है. So parents may not be perfect. Students को बोल रहा आप लोग भी बड़े हो रहे हो. You are teenagers now. So your parents might sometimes tell some things which are not logical to you, but they have experience. They may not be perfect, but वो लोग भी बहुत mistakes किए. एक चीज मैं बोलना चाहता हूँ. हम बचपन से सिखाते हैं कि বড়রা ভগবান তাদের মেনে চলো ভগবান কেউ নয় সবাই মানুষ কিন্তু বড়রা the elders have crossed through the stages of life they have made mistakes and they have learned and they don't want you to repeat the same mistakes so that is why you should always trust your parents. Moving on to the next slide, this team thing, go for vacations. Travel is a very good therapy. After long months of study, exams, routine, everyone needs a vacation, whichever is possible. It is not about the cost issue. Jar jerokom budget, somebody goes abroad, somebody goes to India, somebody goes locally, that's not important. But vacation means we go to a new location, a new surrounding, maybe a hill, maybe a sea, maybe a jungle, wherever you go, you get some outside learning, you learn from nature, you relax, you see the other places of the world which is not same to the city. City has lot of population, lot of pollution, lot of activity, hectic. You don't get the free time to think. A vacation recharges you, relaxes you. So vacations are important. Social media इस age में जितना चाहे कम कीजिए because it's a diversion. Whatever learning you require, that is told by school. It's very minimum. Yes, if you are watching a YouTube video or some kind of a post, that's okay. But beyond that, socializing on social media is not for your age. You can leave it to your elder age when you grow up and go to college. But before that, बाहर जाइए दोस्तों से मिलिए थोड़ा फुटबॉल खेलिए क्रिकेट खेलिए बैडमिंटन खेलिए তোমরা বন্ধুদের সঙ্গে একটুখানি আলাপ করো দেখো কে কি করছে কিন্তু কোনো নন প্রোডাক্টিভ প্র্যাকটিস যেন না আসে ওগুলো আমি আর টাচ করছি না পেরেন্টরা খেয়াল রাখবেন very vulnerable stage so sometimes we should discuss very frankly students go into smoking they go into some other bad habits we should be careful sometimes we are so busy in our own lives we don't know when our children are picking up bad habits unknowingly because the surroundings are getting more and more complicated so be careful engage in hobbies which keep you energized so not that you always just do studies and your syllabus and exams a holistic development is very required. I touched this topic earlier. If somebody likes to play the guitar, if somebody likes to sing or dance, somebody likes painting, you should always keep some time in your plan to practice these hobbies. This makes you a complete individual. School में अगर sports हो रहा है, आपको अगर कोई drama में part लेने को मिल रहा है, if you are becoming the captain of your march past team, you should always involve in these things. So एक साथ ये काम कीजिए. You see, look at this picture, a beautiful picture. The parent is actually becoming like a child to be a friend with the child. So this is the time. So basically ये जो green में मैंने लिखा only during this period because कभी-कभी जब मैंने ये थोड़ा अभी relevant नहीं है but I want to say when your children go to college don't continue this then give them free space. So during this period you should be their partner and friend. But afterwards, you have to leave them for their own lives and you should support them from outside. But this period, don't become an outside supporter. कि আমি তোমাকে স্কুলে ভর্তি করে দিয়েছি, you go to school, I pay your fees and now you should give rule. No, you should be part of that journey. So this period, the teenage time, ages 13 to 18, 19, is very, very important. Now, we are coming to a very important topic. You are not a commodity, it's a journey. This is for the child. And the parents should be very careful. Look at the picture beside you. It's a picture of a factory. Now what is a factory? A factory is a large setup where there is a product which is being produced and all the products are standard. If you look at a soap or a toothpaste or a toothbrush, all these are products. Same design, maybe different colors, but uniform. It is a standardized thing. Your child is not a product. You cannot make your child's development like a factory operation. I know this is a disturbing comment, but you should be understanding what I mean. I'll give you a few examples. उसने भी वही स्कूल में पढ़ता है, वही क्लास में पढ़ता है, वही टीचर, वही बुक्स, उसका मार्क्स ज़्यादा क्यों आता है, आपका कम क्यों आता है? Why you are getting less marks and he or she is getting more? I have given you same amount of money, investment. That is what is a factory mindset. Don't do that. Every child is unique. कोई केमिस्ट्री में वीक है लेकिन लिटरेचर में स्ट्रॉन्ग है, कोई बायोलॉजी बहुत अच्छा याद कर लेता है, कोई म्यूजिक क्लास में बहुत अच्छा करता है, कोई स्पोर्ट्स अच्छा खेलता है. So don't do universal standardizing. That is not the right way. Every child is uniquely gifted. You should find the talent. Everyone born in this world is uniquely gifted, talented in some way. You should find out which area they can excel, and they should pursue their vocation in that area. You cannot just fulfill your ambitions. There should be a joint ambition. The ambitions which you have, মানে আমি ডাক্তার হতে চেয়েছিলাম, হতে পারিনি, টাকা ছিল না, এখন তোমাকে ডাক্তার হতে হবে. Don't go into that mistake. So you should dream it together. ওর সাথে কথা বলে, ওকে কাউন্সেল করে, এক্সপার্টের কাছে নিয়ে গিয়ে জানুন ও কি চাইছে. ওর উপর চাপিয়ে দেওয়া হচ্ছে না তো, যে বাবা মা ডাক্তার বলে তোমাকে ডাক্তার হতেই হবে, বা বাবা মেরিন ইঞ্জিনিয়ার বলে তোমাকে মেরিন ইঞ্জিনিয়ারিং করতেই হবে, এই ধরনের যেন কোনো কম্পালশন না থাকে. So this is again that 3 Idiots movie remind us that you should not burden them with any pressure. The ambition should be a joint ambition. The child should naturally want to become something, and that you should dream together. ও যদি মনে করে পরে আমি লাইফে একটা ভালো হোটেলিয়ার হব, I'll open my own restaurant, I'll bring great recipes. Nowadays the world has opened up. There is no taboo. पहले ऐसा नहीं था. You want to pursue a career which is actually the child wants, and they will excel in that. Otherwise, generally the mental well-being is disturbed. I have already discussed that don't compare children with other children or anyone else. The 4th point is very important. Don't attribute causes. Because I'll give you an example to explain this. Suppose the child has done bad in maths, and you don't say you have done bad in maths because your mother is also poor in maths, or you are done bad in maths because I told you that day to study. It may not be the case. Talk to them, find out what chapters were there, কোন টপিকে মার্কস কম পেয়েছে, কেন পেয়েছে, ক্লাসটা বুঝেছে কিনা, বাড়িতে প্র্যাকটিস করেছে কিনা, এক্সামের দিন কোনো প্রবলেম হয়েছিল কিনা. আমরা যখন এক্সামের রেজাল্ট আসে আমরা না বড্ড বেশি আউটকাম ফোকাসড হয়ে যাই. আমরা কজ ফোকাসড হতে হবে. আমাদের জানতে হবে যে এই যে কোনো মার্কস কম আসার কারণটা কেন, বা কোনো রেজাল্ট না হওয়ার ভেতরের এই অ্যানালিসিসটা কিন্তু আপনাদেরকে করতে হবে. কারণ আমরা অনেক সময় না খুব ইনডাইরেক্টলি বা ডাইরেক্টলি আমরা কিছু স্টিরিওটাইপ ডিসিশন নিই. ও তো ভালো করে পড়ছিল না, ওই পার্টিকুলার বইটা পড়েনি, এই জন্য আমি জানতাম রেজাল্ট খারাপ হবে. When you do that, the student starts believing that. এইটা না করে, কারণ দেখুন হয়তো 4টে স্টুডেন্টের রেজাল্ট খারাপ হয়েছে সেম সাবজেক্টে, 4 জনের 4 রকম কারণে হয়েছে. So this kind of a bit of cause analysis would be very, very important. So this is what I will say, that don't attribute causes directly, do some research. Acha, this last point is also very interesting. যখন একটা রিপোর্ট কার্ড আসে, whenever you see a student's report card, when you see the marks, by human psychology you go to the poor marks first. इसमें क्यों मार्क्स कम आया, सब कुछ ठीक था, why this subject you have got less? That's not the right idea. First appreciate the good things. There are 5 subjects, you have done good in 3, দুটোতে একটু খারাপ হয়েছে, এবার এটা অ্যানালাইজ করব. So this will be, start with the positives and don't stress on the negatives. This will be very helpful. I am coming to the next topic. স্টুডেন্টরা যখন এই ক্লাসে এসছে, ক্লাস 8 থেকে 9, 9 থেকে 10, 10 থেকে 11, 12, জাম্পগুলো একটু বেশি হয়. মানে কেন বলছি, প্রাইমারি স্কুলে 2 থেকে 3, 3 থেকে 4 আমরা গ্র্যাজুয়াল, আমরা ফিজিক্সের ভাষায় বলি ক্লাসিক্যাল জাম্প এন্ড কোয়ান্টাম জাম্প. এই 10, 11 এ গিয়ে কিন্তু কোয়ান্টাম জাম্প হঠাৎ করে সিলেবাস খুব টাফ হয়ে যায়. আমি 10 থেকে 11 বলছি, আপনারা যখন সায়েন্স বা আর্টস বা কমার্সে যাচ্ছেন, হঠাৎ করে ওদের কিছু সাবজেক্ট সরে গেল যেখান থেকে স্কোর করতো. তো হঠাৎ করে ওদের হয়তো মার্কস ড্রপ করলো, ওরা একটু সাডেনলি নিজেকে ইনসিকিউর ফিল করলো যে আগে তো আমি ওইখান থেকে স্কোর করে নিতাম, পার্সেন্টেজ খুব ভালো হতো. So this kind of thing might happen. So have patience, be regular, follow a routine, don't be absent from classes, don't be absent from your hobbies also. Have a holistic plan, and self study. বাড়িতে পড়াটা খুব ইম্পর্টেন্ট. যে স্কুলে যাক, যে কোচিং এ যাক, যে টিউশনে যাক, the efficiency comes in through lots of practice, be it maths or science or drawing or even arts or any kind of humanities. যে subject, even for sports, you need practice. So self study, self practice very important. অনেক বই পড়ে কিন্তু দারুণ রেজাল্ট হয় না. You have school textbooks, maybe some outside knowledge, but don't pile them in 5 books. I'll give you a small example. ধরুন আপনার স্টুডেন্ট, আপনার ছেলে বা মেয়ে কেমিস্ট্রিতে খারাপ করেছে, আপনি 2টো কেমিস্ট্রি বই এক্সট্রা কিনে আনলেন, ওর কিন্তু প্রেশারটা বেড়ে গেল. সো ওই কোয়ান্টিটি ডাজন্ট ডিফাইন কোয়ালিটি। ও যে বইটা পড়ছে ওটাই পড়ুক, ভালো করে পড়ুক, ওখানে কোনো প্রবলেম হচ্ছে কিনা, গাইড দেম, টক টু দেয়ার মেন্টার্স, টক টু দেয়ার টিচার্স, ফাইন্ড আ এফেক্টিভ সলিউশন। জাস্ট ডোন্ট বিকাম আ কুইক ফিক্স সলিউশন। মানে ও এই বইটা পড়ছে তোমাকেও পড়তে হবে, তোমার এখানে খারাপ হয়েছে আরেকটা টিউশন দিতে হবে, দ্যাট কাইন্ড অফ থিংস ডোন্ট হেল্প। আর লাস্ট বাট নট দ্য লিস্ট, keep them healthy and fit, because a healthy body is required for a healthy mind and a good career, and that is what is about building a winning team, how parents should support their children. So with that, I will come to the end of today's session. Thank you.